Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, June 23rd. We're looking at the last 5 days of the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader, and I'm doing that for a couple of reasons because a lot of things are coming into play this morning in the SPY. So, before we know what's going to happen today, we have to know what's happened in the previous days. We had a P-shape yesterday, right? We had an inside day yesterday. Bears couldn't take out the low from Friday to push this lower. The bulls, however, really couldn't get into the upper distribution from Friday's range. However, as of this morning, we're looking to gap higher by over 320 somewhat ticks and a very, very visual level for the SPY, right? We had a weak high from Friday and Wednesday. Now, the ES does not have that because there's still that disconnect from Friday's dividend. However, it's still going to play the same in the ES and the SPY as balance rules and gap rules are certainly going to apply, right? So what are the balance rules? Well, we're coming to the top of a balance. Traders are going to do its work till it doesn't work anymore. So the closer we get to the 16th high, the more you're going to probably see traders short it. Not only is it top of a balance high, it's the top where we still have that gap of 200 and somewhat points, right? We've been into it a couple of times. If we take out to that high, do we finally get it? Possibly. Remains to be seen. We're also up over 1.2% already, so it's going to need energy and acceleration to do that. Remember, look at this POC from the 10th, 13 wide, right? Eventually we'll get there. I don't know when, but eventually we'll get there. So let's go over destinations and the game plan for this morning. So with just over an hour to go prior to the opening, I am not going to use yesterday's high as an upside. I'll use it as a downside. So right now, my pre-market high, and again, there's an hour to go, but my pre-market high, well, it's above those two highs. So first we have 314.38. I'm still going to use that, the 19th high, and then 314.38, and then 314.39, week high from Wednesday. Above that, as of right now, my pre-market high is 314.57, but we're trading right around there. I'm sure it's going to be higher by the time the market opens. Then above that, we have the top of a 5-day balance, but also, this is important, it's a weekly high, and you're going to see on the charts how important that is. Right now, my weekly is balanced to down. We take this out, we're firmly back in balance. Pretty impressive move by the bulls if they do that. 315.64, and then filling the gap at 318.22. For the downside, my first destination right now will be my pre-market low of 312.66. Then it would be yesterday's high of 311.05 to fill the gap. And remember, yesterday's high was a poor high. And then below that, we have 309.30, which I use as an afternoon pullback low. And then those two daily lows all the way down, 306.75 and 306.53. We had a P-shape yesterday. That's short covering. Doesn't mean short covering ends in a day. Go on for days or weeks, if that's what it truly is. It eventually makes the market weaker unless longer-term buyers come in. So, what is the game plan for this morning? Well, again, everybody's going to be screaming gap rules apply. Well, gap rules, to me, do not apply when we're opening up over 300 points from the previous day's high. I'm not going to be a buyer up here right at a weak high, right at a balance, not far from a balance high. So there'll be two things I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for a pullback where the volume will taper off, and then I would take a long. I want my risk reward to be a lot better than where it is right now. If it opens and goes straight up, I really don't care if I miss it. There'll be many opportunities today. So I'd rather miss that than to do balance rules, get long here, and see it come in $1.50 in my face. So that's not going to happen. So at this level, as far as a buy, I don't have one until we get some kind of inventory adjustment or something in B period where we one-time frame up, things of that nature, or a pullback with tapered volume and then back above the opening. That's what I look for a call. Now, would I take a put play? Probably not here, but I would take one the closer we get to last week's high. I'm going to think bears are going to defend this level for a bunch of reasons, at least initially. Number one, it's the top of a 5-day balance. Number two, it's a weekly high, and if we take it out, we're firmly in balance. There's no more down in the weekly. And number three, we still have the gap of pretty good size above us. Now, are they going to hold that? I don't know. But for the first time there's a good chance they would defend it. So if we get anywhere above 315, I would take a put play. Again, not because I think we're going to roll over and fill the gap, but I think because they'll defend it the first time there. And so for a quick play, I would take a put play. Where am I out? That depends on the heat you want to take. If you take out the weekly high, you can get out. If you want to see what it does inside the gap, if it tapers off, comes back into the balance, you could do that. It's all your personal preference. So those are two early plays. Pre-market volume right now. Now, I know it's very early. It's only 600,000. So with a move of this size, again, it's not being supported by the volume as of yet. Let's go to the charts. So I'm going to show you the monthly because 6 days to go in the month and a lot of important things going on, right? I've been saying for a while now, you'd love to finish above March's high. Well, March's high was 313.84. Right now we're above it. But again, we have 6 days to go in the trading month, right? And I just saw Powell and Mnuchin speaking on the last day of the month, last day of the quarter, last day of the half year on Tuesday the 30th. So that should be a fun day next Tuesday. So 313.84 is the Bulls' goal to finish above. If they do that, firmly one time framing up for 2 months, and then the next destination would be the all-time high on the monthly. Weekly, after the Bears had an opportunity last week to push this down, right? They took out that low from 4 weeks ago. The Bulls come firmly back inside the balance, and now they're threatening to take out last week's high, which would stop the one-time framing down and put us firmly in a 5-week balance. Until they do that, I'm balanced to down right now. And then the daily, right? 5-day balance. Outside day down on Friday. Bears could do nothing with it yesterday. Absolutely nothing. They couldn't even take out Friday's low. And now the Bulls are attempting to test the top of the 5-day balance. Question is, what will they do with it? Are we just going to get to the top and roll over at some point, or do they get through it? Well, you'll be getting up-to-the-date information on how we're looking to trade this in our trading room. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.